record. Get your footy record.
Hi everyone, welcome to On The Record, brought to you by Woolworths as we take a sneak peek inside the grand final edition of the AFL Record, Australia's #1 selling sports weekly magazine. And joining me today is the man who put it all together, the editor of the AFL Record, Michael Lovett. Michael, welcome.
Thank you, Ashley.
Commiserations on the Cats and McLeod, but you've come very well after all that.
I have. I'm over it now, but looking forward to a big week this week.
It's a very big week. Of course, it's our biggest edition of the year. Let's have a look at some of the feature stories in the mag this week, Michael. And it's 40 years since probably the saddest premiership of all time, the Crimo Cup from Hawthorn in 1976.
Yeah, well, you know a fair bit about this one, Ashley, and sadly, Peter Crimmins passed away. Courageous little rover. He formed a great combination with Lee Matthews, and a few days after that 76 grand final, he lost his battle with cancer. And of course, you've recreated an iconic photo that was taken.
That's right. I spoke to the 6 guys in that iconic photo, and they were great to talk to. And it's a great story, I think, for what you do with the premiership. How do you celebrate it? You're sad, you're happy, and the guys were pretty forthcoming.
Yeah, it was a really sad time. And of course, the year before, he could have almost played for Hawthorn, and they had to make the big decision not to play him.
Of course, it is also, it's 1 year since Browne Lake played his last grand final. Benny Collins had a fantastic chat to a guy who went from, in 2012, sinking cans and eating snags in the MCG car park to playing in a premiership and winning the Norm Smith medal the next year.
You can't believe it. He would have been sitting in the back of a ute, as you said, drinking cans, having a few sausages, probably doing all the things players who aren't playing in the grand final can do. And a year later, he's won the Norm Smith medal. Probably one of the steals that Hawthorn have got over those past few years, and one of the best intercept marks I've ever seen.
They're crying out for a player like him, and he really delivered. Saturday's TV broadcast on Channel 7 marks the 17th and last grand final for the great Dennis Cometti.
Touched up the boot! He came up behind him like a librarian. He never heard him. Like a cork in the ocean, where a punter bounces to his feet, and that is centimetre perfect.
Now, Bruce McAvaney calls Dennis Cometti arguably the greatest football broadcaster of all time. What do you think?
Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, Dennis always set the scene perfectly, got a magnificent voice, the tone, and of course Dennis's one-liners, which we've recreated in the article you've put together.
He'll really be missed. Now, of course, it's grand final day in Melbourne on Saturday, the AFL grand final, but it's been grand final day around all over Australia, probably the last 5 or 6 weeks. Where did you send Adam McNichol this year?
Well, to southeast South Australia, to a place called Hatherley, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, and it was the Mount Burr Mozzies, and they triumphed. And Adam went down there, had a great day. We've got lots of photos. They were a bit worried the ground there'd been a lot of rain down there. And the bit I liked, he had, I'm sure you won't be getting this at the MCG on Saturday, Korong mullet burgers.
Sounds like a delicacy, sure I'll have. Now, of course, we celebrate a few other premiership teams with photos in the mag as well this week. Now, let's look at the mag. Michael, tell us about what goes into making the grand final record. How many pages and what does it involve?
OK, well, 244 pages, and we start back in February, March, with a few meetings, yourself and Benny Collins and the team. And then it's just work in progress for the rest of the year. We're adding bits and pieces, lots of photo shoots, things go in, things go out. It's like a big giant jigsaw puzzle there for a while. But late Saturday night, we got it all finished and off it went to the printers.
And of course, you can get it in the shops now. OK, turning now to the back half, and Glenn Archer won the Norm Smith medal in 1996 playing for North Melbourne. He only got the 5th most stats on the ground, but he was the 1%er king. He has lost his medals in a way that only a parent could understand.
Oh, this is a nightmare, I think, for all parents. Glenn had let his daughter do the old show and tell, take Dad's premiership medals and Norm Smith medal. Not too many of us would have those for a bit of show and tell. And she left them in the bag, and the bag was not cleaned out for a few weeks, and all the usual things, rotting fruit and whatever was in there. So Glenn decided to tip them all out into the bin about 2 or 3 weeks later, not realising the medals were still there. So they're probably in a tip somewhere.
Michael, a big part of the grand final record is the farewells to the retiring champs, those who've leaving the game, and 2 of the best, really, Dane Swan and Matthew Pavlich are in the mag this week.
That's right, and on Saturday it's going to be a fantastic occasion to farewell Pav, doing a lap of honour, and also Swanee, who both have got out at the right time. I think their bodies were just about shot. And quite a few other retiring greats, Michael Ferrito. We're still waiting on Boomer and Drew Petrie. But there will be some sad times on Saturday, but I think a chance to really sit back and enjoy and applaud these great champions.
We can't let you go, Michael, without your tips for the Brownlow. Probably no surprise.
Oh, I think Danger's over the line.
And who else might poll well?
Oh, I think Dustin Martin will. He's been the standout player for the Tigers. And maybe a little whisper for Jack Stevens.
All right, and I think Sam Mitchell and Dan Henry are probably two that are in a poll. Mitchell polls well every year. Dan Henry's been a great player for the Swans all year. They've won a lot of games, so I expect them to go well also. And what about for Saturday, Mick?
I'm going with the fairy tale. I'm going to stick with the Bulldogs. Momentum. I could be wrong. I mean, we know the Swans are going to be battle-hardened and they've probably got a better midfield. But I just love the Bulldog story, so I'm sticking with them.
Very good. Look, Mick, it's been a great year for the Mag, and thanks for joining us today.
Great. Thanks, Ashley.
That's it for this edition of On The Record. We're actually going to be back on Wednesday with our grand final preview, all the matchup, where the game's going to be won and lost. We'll look at the Brownlow medal and also look at the winner of the Woolworths Mark of the Year competition. The grand final record is now on sale in all news agencies and good shops for $15. Pick up a copy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.